These coming shortages are the worst. It's the worst case scenario for preppers. And we've talked about how proteins, specifically essential proteins and essential fats, are the key to survival. And that's exactly what's being threatened. You have to see this video. Go through this. Our protein supply is collapsing, and we have to be ready. I'm going to go through a couple articles to show you this. First, from Reuters, this literally just came out today. World food prices dip as falls in sugar and dairy offset new high for meat. Of course, we have to keep an eye on the world food supply and see how that affects us here in the United States or whatever country you reside in. But it's interesting how the prices for things that are not good for you, like sugar, is dropping. Oh, it's great. Let's feed everybody carbs. Where the proteins, these things for meat, are going through the roof. From The Guardian, a lot at stake. U.S. beef and cattle prices soar to record highs. And beef is it. Essential proteins and fats, very, very good for you. In fact, one of the perfect foods, I'm going to mention two of them in this video. One of the perfect foods is steak. I try to start off every single morning with steak and eggs. Do you like steak and eggs? Put it in the comments below. It is literally one of the things that should get you going if you're a breakfast person. But steak and eggs is not just for breakfast. And I'm going to look at this article from U.S. News and World Report. Eggs are crazy expensive right now. Here's what you can do. This is an old article, but egg prices are still high. We have seen relief since last March, for sure. But I've noticed, I don't know about you, put it in the comments below too. I think over the last couple weeks, I've seen egg prices going up. So there's your second perfect food, eggs. Perfect food. If you could literally just have steak and eggs coming to you every single day, breakfast, lunch, and or dinner, not saying you need all three by any means, then you'll be an exceedingly healthy person. But then we jump to the USDA. It's their food price outlook, specifically for 2025 and 2026. And they measure this specifically just with inflation, and guess what they see? Food prices rose faster than overall inflation. And I think we already knew that, didn't we? But that's not just now, that's 2026. Food prices are already high. It's ridiculous. Every time we shop, I can't believe how expensive it is. It has risen faster than inflation, but 2026, we're going to see it rising even faster, even higher than inflation. Food is about to get very, very expensive. This is not even including all these talks of war and everything else happening. If that happens, oh boy, now is the time to stockpile. And I had to mention this real quick. One last news article. It's more like just an article, not necessarily news. The top 4 problems with plant-based proteins. I think you understand. It's no coincidence that we see countless chickens being culled. Not to mention we see problems last year, if you recall, meat processing plants burning down. One even exploded. And we see the prices of meat going up and all this push, this huge push for plant-based protein. To each their own. I always get the comment from somebody saying, I love animals, I'd never eat them. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to at all dictate what you should believe by any means, but science has absolutely proven that meat-based protein is incredible compared to plant-based protein, which is literally, it lacks a lot of the protein punch that we need as humans. And the 4 things they talk about, first off, is incomplete amino acid profile. You have to have essential amino acids or proteins. Without them, you will have disease. It is very difficult to get them all from plants. And when you do, they're not near as much because they also have a lower protein quality. It's not the same as meats. And furthermore, the plants also have a limited and essential nutrients that we must take in. Specifically, they talk about B12, which is needed for red blood cell production, not to mention iron. And there's also a huge allergic potential for this. Soy, wheats, nuts, known allergens, not to mention soy, genetically modified plants. No thank you. But please understand, these videos on this channel are not about saying throw your arms up in the air and quick, go buy a cow. But it's something we need to take a look at, because if we see food prices, even more than inflation, going up in 2026, we want to be ready. And that's why we have Goshen prepping. So what can you do besides going to buy a cow? Maybe that is your option. Canned food is a great way to go now, because listen, even though food prices are up, they're going to go significantly higher next year in 2026. So canned meats, we've talked about this. Essential proteins, essential fats, it has what you need to survive without disease. Kwashiorkor syndromes, marasmus are protein calorie deficient diseases that set in if you don't have enough proteins. And the American diet already is full of carbs. And we see things like type 2 diabetes and obesity and all kinds of a whole host of other diseases kicking in because they're force feeding everybody carbs. Not necessarily saying carbs themselves are bad, they're good for energy, but they definitely are trying to get you onto a low meat diet, a low fat diet, which is not healthy for you. As a physician, I'm telling you right now, that is not the way you want to go. Essentials proteins, essential fats, I would stock up on canned meats, keep them going, keep them stockpiling just a little bit every single day or every single week when you go shopping. And before you know it, your prepper pantry will be nice and full of the stuff that you must have. It's needed. All right, put in the comments below, what are you stockpiling? What's your favorite canned meat? I need to know. Go ahead and put in the comments. And thanks for watching as always, everybody, and we will see you next time.